6, 7, 8.
Anybody seen the Kelly sisters? You're up in 5. Keep the change, Charlie.
Tonight.
But they paid to see a sister act.
Don't sweat it. I can do it alone.
Sisters.
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car. I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl. And all that jazz.
Skidoo.
And all that jazz. Whoopee. And all that jazz. Slick your hair and wear your buckle shoes. And all that jazz, I hear that Father Dick is gonna blow the blues. And all that jazz, hold on, hun, we're gonna bunny hug. I bought some aspirin down at United Drug in case you shake up hard and want a brand new start to do that jazz.
Let's go, babe.
But I didn't even meet your friend, that manager guy.
Don't worry, Roxy. It's all taken care of.
You told him about me?
Yeah, kid. It's all arranged.
Find a flask, we're playing fast and loose. And all that jazz, right up here is where I store the juice. And all that jazz, come on, babe, we're gonna brush the sky. I bet you lucky Lindy never flew so high. 'Cause in the stratosphere, how could he lend an ear to all that jazz? Oh,
who is?
Mrs. Hart.
This is Fred. He's my brother.
All that jazz. Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town and all that jazz? I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down and all that jazz. Start the chorus, I know what will be stuck when the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall, but let the night live on and all that.
Say it again, Fred.
You're a star, kid. My little shooting star.
No one's white, but I love my life and all that jazz.
Say it again, Fred. Where's the fire, huh? Amos ain't home till midnight. Freddie? Fred? Hey, you know, I don't want you to feel like I'm nagging at you or anything, but don't you think it's about time that I met your friend down at the Onyx? I mean, it's been a month since you told him about me. And I know, because that was the night Velma Kelly plugged her husband and her sister. You know, they say that she found them in the Kip together. Gosh, if I ever found Amos slipping into somebody else, boy, I'd throw him a party. Great big going away party.
It's getting late.
I have been thinking a lot about my act, though. Whenever I get a really good idea, I write it down in my diary before it goes out of my head. And you know what occurred to me the other day? That all the really, really knockout acts have, you know, something a little different going on, you know? Like a signature bit. And I thought that my thing could be aloof, you know? Give them just enough to get them good and hungry. And always leave them wanting more. Hey, and once I get a name for myself, well, maybe we could open up a club of our own, you know? You could run it, and I could be the headliner. What's the idea?
Wake up, kiddo. You ain't never gonna have an act.
Says who?
Face it, Roxie. You're a two-bit talent with skinny legs. I'm just a furniture salesman.
Yeah, but you got connections, you know? That guy down at the club.
There is no guy.
Yeah, that
It was
night.
the first time I set foot in that joint. I was collecting out a bet from the trombone player.
So you never told anyone about me?
Sugar, you were hot stuff. I would have said anything to get a piece of that.
And now? Now?
We had some laughs. Let's just leave it at that.
You can't do this to me.
You get off! Ah! You touch me again, I'll put your lights out.
Wait,
Your husband will be home soon. Why don't you wash yourself before you go hitting those sheets again?
you're a liar, Fred.
Yeah, so what?
You lied to me. You lied
That's
to
life,
me.
sweetheart. That's life.
You're a son of a bitch. You're a son of a bitch. You're a son of a bitch.
Why are you bothering, Sal? This one's all wrapped up. I hear it's a new city record. From killing to confession in an hour flat.
Where did you get the murder weapon?
I keep a gun in the underwear drawer, just in case of trouble, you know?
Well, that's just fine. Sign right there, Mr. Hart.
Freely and gladly. Freely and gladly.
And mind you don't say we beat it out of you when you get up on the witness stand.
No, I gave myself up. Surrendered to my own free will?
Isn't he the cheerful murderer?
Shooting a burglar ain't murder. Just last week, a jury thanked a man.
I'm always grateful for citizens who know the law. Get in there. You too. Sit down. Okay, from the top.
Well, a man's got a right to protect his home and his loved ones, right?
Of course he has.
Well, I come home from the garage and I see him climbing through the window.
Uh-huh.
With my wife, Roxie, laying there, sleeping like an angel.
That true, Mrs. Hart?
I'm telling you, it's the God's honest truth. My wife had nothing to do with it. She wouldn't hurt a worm, not even a worm. It wasn't until I fired the first shot she even opened her eyes. Boy, she's some heavy sleeper. I always said she could sleep to the St. Patty's Day parade. When I think of what would have happened if I went out for a beer with the guys instead of coming straight home, it makes you sick even thinking about it. I guess
For her first number, Miss Roxie Hart would like to sing a song of love and devotion dedicated to her dear husband, Amos.
Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but he doesn't care. He'll string along. He loves me so, that funny honey of mine. Sometimes I'm down, sometimes I'm up, but he follows round like some droopy-eyed pup. He loves me so, that funny honey of mine.
Like I said, even after I shot him, he kept coming at me, so I had to pull the trigger again.
He ain't no chic, that's no great physique, and Lord knows he ain't got the smarts. But look at that soul, I tell you that hole is a whole lot greater than the sum of his parts. And if you knew him like me, I know you'd agree. What if the world slandered my name? Why, he'd be right there, taking the blame. He loves me so, and it all suits me fine. That funny, sunny honey, hubby of mine.
Just supposing he had violated her or something. You know what I mean? Violated?
I know what you mean.
Or something. Think how terrible that would have been. It's a good thing I got home from work on time. I'm telling you that.
He loves me so.
I say, I'm telling you that.
Funny honey of mine.
Name of deceased Fred Casley.
Fred Casley? How could he be a burglar? My wife knows him. He sold us our furniture. He gave us 10% off.
Lord knows he ain't got the smarts.
He told me he was a burglar.
You mean he was dead when you got home?
She had him covered in a sheet, and she's telling me some cock and bull story about this burglar and how I ought to say I did it because I was sure to get off. Help me, Amos, she says. It's my goddamn hour of
Now
need.
he shut off his trap. I can't stand that sap.
And I
Look at him
believed
go.
That cheap little
Ratting
tramp.
on me.
She was
With
two-timing
just
me, huh?
one more
Well, I'm
brain,
through
what a
protecting her now. She can sleep
halfway
for all I
be.
care. Boy, I'm down at the
If they
garage working
string
my
me
butt off
up,
14 hours a day, and she's
well,
up there
I'll
munching
know
on
who
bonbons
got to
and tramping
twine.
around like some goddamn floozy. Thought you could pull the wool over my eyes.
That
Well, I wasn't
scummy,
born yesterday.
crummy,
I tell you, there's some things a man just
dummy,
can't take, and this time she pushed me too far.
hubby
That
of
little shizzler. Boy, what a sap I was.
You double-crosser, you big blabbermouth! You promised you'd stick.
What are you talking about? You've been stringing me, Roxanne. You told me he's a burglar. The whole time you've been up here jazzing him.
You are a disloyal husband! Look, it's true. I shot him, but it was self-defense. He was trying to burgle me.
From what I hear, he's been burgling you 3 times a week for the last month. So what do you say, missus?
That's him, all right.
Thank you. Your story doesn't wash, Mrs. Hart. So try this on for size. Fred Casley was a good time on the side with Goofy here as a meal ticket.
Meal ticket? He could buy my liquor.
And Fred Casley could? With a wife and 5 little Casleys? Or did he forget to mention them?
What?
All his.
That bastard! Yeah, I killed him, and I would kill him again!
Once was enough, dearie. Take her downtown. Come on!
Here they come! This way, honey! Oh, come on, it's a shame to hide such a beautiful face. Why'd you shoot him, huh? Why don't you give us a profile with a little smile like the girl from the toothpaste ad?
That while you can. Take this down. Assistant District Attorney Harrison says this is a hanging case.
Hang it.
I'm ready to go to the jury tomorrow.
What do you mean hang it?
Not so tough anymore, are you? Take her down to the Cook County Jail.
Come on, squeeze the headline. Why'd you shoot him? Was he cruel to you? Did he beat you? Was he fool around?
What? Hey! What do you mean hang it?
Opium, cocaine.
Arm length, 31 inches.
Arm length, 31 inches.
Height.
The matron's on her way, so don't get too cozy. Put out that cigarette.
Ever had Morton before? She's fine. Long as you keep her happy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the keeper of the keys, the countess of the clink, the mistress of Murderer's Row, Matron Mama Morton.
Ask any of the chickies in my pen. They'll tell you I'm the biggest mother hen. I love them all and all of them love me. Because the system works, the system called reciprocity.
On your feet.
Welcome, ladies. Got a little motto, always sees me through. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you.
You might think I'm here to make your life a living hell. It's just not true.
There's a lot of favors I'm prepared to do. You do one for mama, she'll do one for you.
I'd like to be your friend if you let me. So if there's something that upsets you or makes you unhappy in any way, don't shoot your fat ass mouth off to me, because I don't give a shit. Now move it out.
They say that life is tit for tat, and that's the way I live. So I deserve a lot of tact for what I've got to give. Don't you know that this hand washes that one too? When you're good to mama, mama's good to you.
Let's go. You must be hard. Ain't you the pretty one?
Thank you, man.
Oh, no, call me mama. I'm here to take care of you. Now, you'll be habitating down in the East Block. Murderous Row, we call it.
Oh. Is that nicer? You know, I don't think I really belong in here. I didn't actually do anything wrong.
Don't need to tell me, honey. I ain't never heard of a man getting killed when he didn't get just what was coming to him.
Hey, Mama, come here. Come here.
Velma Kelly. You were the Velma Kelly. You know, I was there that night. I was there the night that you got arrested.
Yeah, you and half of Chicago. Look at this, Mama. An editorial denouncing me in Red Book magazine. Not in memory do we recall so fiendish and horrible a double homicide.
Baby, you couldn't buy that kind of publicity.
Couldn't buy it? I
guess I can keep this then. Nice try.
If you want my gravy, pepper my ragu, spice it up for mama, she'll get hot for you. When they pass that basket, folks contribute too. You put in for mama, she'll put out for you. The folks atop the ladder are the ones the world adores. So boost me up my ladder, kid, and I'll boost you up yours. Let's all stroke together like the Princeton crew. When you're stroking mama, mama's stroking you. So what's the one conclusion I could bring this number to? When you're good to mama, mama's good to
Mama, it's kind of freezing in here. You don't think maybe there's something wrong with the heat? Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but you know, if you got a couple extra blankets tucked away.
Lights out, ladies.
Squish. Cicero.
Lip shits.
And now, the 6 merry murderesses of the Cook County Jail in their rendition of the Cell Block Tango.
Lip shits.
Pop. 6. Squish. Cicero.
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 Lip shits. He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
Pop. 6. Squish. Cicero.
Lip shits.
Pop. 6. Squish. Cicero.
You know how people have these little habits that get you down? Like Bernie. Bernie liked to chew gum. No, not chew. Pop. So I came home this one day and I'm really irritated and I'm looking for a little bit of sympathy. And there's Bernie lying on the couch, drinking a beer and chewing. No, not chewing. Popping! So I said to him, I said, you pop that gum one more time. And he did. So I took the shotgun off the wall and I fired 2 warning shots. Into his head. He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if
Ezekiel Young from Salt Lake City about 2 years ago, and he told me he was single, and we hit it off right away. So we started living together. He'd go to work, he'd come home, I'd fix him a drink, we'd have dinner, and then I found out. Single, he told me. Single my ass. Not only was he married, oh no, he had 6 wives. One of those Mormons, you know? So that night when he came home from work, I fixed him his drink, as usual. You know, some guys just can't hold their arsenic.
He had it coming, Lot 6. He had it coming, Cicero. He took a plow on a Renee with trial. And then he used it, and he abused it. It was a murder, but none of my Cicero.
Now I'm standing in the kitchen, carving up the chicken for dinner, minding my own business. In storms my husband Wilbur in a jealous rage. "You've been screwing the milkman," he says. He was crazy, and he kept on screaming, "You've been screwing the milkman." And then he ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times.
If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
Мит, хирошекери, ост маньякоя хирошлоком лефак томоферим, in megleship tomofe, tenemegos, in artotlom voyok, nechtodom, merdmonia uncle samchok intantam, roboltom, arenda schengen meg moja razni, dinamertatek meg.
Yeah, but did you do it?
Not guilty.
My sister Veronica and I had this double act, and my husband Charlie traveled around with us. Now, for the last number in our act, we did these 20 acrobatic tricks in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, splits, spread eagles, backflips, flip-flops, one right after the other. So this one night before the show, we're down at the Hotel Cicero. The 3 of us boozing, having a few laughs. And we run out of ice, so I go out to get some. I come back, open the door, and there's Veronica and Charlie doing number 17, the spread eagle. Well, I was in such a state of shock. I completely blacked out. I can't remember a thing. It wasn't until later, when I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead. They had it coming. 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 All along. I didn't do it. But if I'd done it, how could you tell me that I was wrong? They had it coming. 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 They took the fall along. I didn't do it. But if I'd done it, how could you tell me that I was wrong?
I loved Al Lipschitz more than I could possibly say. He was a real artistic guy. Sensitive. A painter. But he was always trying to find himself. He'd go out every night looking for himself, and on the way, he found Ruth, Gladys, Rosemary, and Irving. I guess you could say we broke up because of artistic differences. He saw himself as alive, and I saw him dead.
The dirty bum, 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 the dirty bum, 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 bum. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming. All along. And then they used it. And they abused us. Could you tell us that we were wrong? He had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had to wait.
That gum
Single
one
my
more
ass.
time.
10 times.
Number
17, the spread
Artistic
eagle.
differences. Pop.
6. Squish. Cicero.
Lipschitz.
Who belongs to them?
What's it to you?
Nothing. Heard they were Velma.
Yeah, the Hanyak does all her laundry for $1 a week.
fresh towels for the can.
Make it quick.
Now, Billy Flynn set your trial date for March 5th. March 7th, you'll be acquitted. And March 8th, you know what Mama's gonna do for you? Mama is gonna put you back on the vaudeville circuit.
So now you're an agent, too?
Well, dearie, until Ma Bell installs a private line in your cell, all the calls have gotta go through me.
What kind of dough are we talking about?
You know, it's a crazy world. I mean, Babe Ruth is wearing rouge and playing a palace for $5,000 a week.
Yeah, and what about someone with real talent?
Well, I've been talking to the boys over at William Morris. And due to your recent sensational activities, they seem to think they can get you $2,500.
$2,500? Geez, the most me and Veronica made was $350.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have the right representation.
You know what, Mama? I always wanted to play Big Jim Coliseumos. Do you think you can get me that?
Big Jim's?
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. It's gonna take another phone call.
How much is that gonna cost?
Come on, Val. How I feel about you. You're like family to me. You're like one of my own.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $50.
$50 for a phone call? You must get a lot of wrong numbers, Mama.
Oh, Miss Kelly. Got your personals, freshly pressed by yours truly. No, it's my pleasure. Hey, listen, can I ask you something? You know that Harrison guy? Well, he said that what I done is a hanging case and that he's prepared to ask for the maximum penalty.
Yeah, so?
So, I'm scared. And I sure would appreciate some advice. I mean, especially from someone I admire as much as you. See, since I can remember, I have wanted to be on the stage.
Really? What's your talent? Washing and drying?
No. I danced in the chorus.
Oh.
Well, that was before I met my husband, Amos.
Look, honey, you want some advice? Here it is, direct from me to you. Keep your paws off my underwear, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thanks. For nothing.
She's something, ain't she? I tell you, no matter how big she gets, she's still as common as ever. I like to help you, dearie. Take a load off. So, what do you figure on using for grounds?
Grounds.
What are you gonna tell the jury?
I just figured I'd tell them the truth.
The truth?
Huh?
That's a one-way ticket to the death house.
Holy Mother of God.
Oh, relax. I mean, in this town, murder's a form of entertainment. Besides, in 47 years, Cook County ain't never hung a woman yet. So the odds are 47-1 that they won't hang you.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
You're talking to the wrong people. What you need is Billy Flynn.
Who?
Billy Flynn. He's only the best criminal lawyer in all of Illinois. Telling you what he don't know about juries and women.
How do you get this, Billy Flynn?
Well, not by praying, dearie. First, you give me $100. Then I'll make a phone call.
$100? Well, you just... I mean, it seems pretty steep for a phone call.
Oh, but he's worth every cent. I mean, he's never lost a case for a female client yet. With a sweet little puss like yours, well, let's just say justice ain't so blind in Chicago.
He's never lost a case?
Never. Every girl in this place would kill to have Billy Flynn represent her.
We want Billy. B-I-double-L-Y. We're all his. He's a kind of a guy. And ooh, what luck, 'cause here he
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the silver-tongued prince of the courtroom, the one, the only, Billy Flynn.
I don't care about expensive things, cashmere coats, diamond rings, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love, that's what I'm here for. I don't care for wearing silk cravats, ruby studs, satin spats. don't mean a thing. All I care about is love. Give me 2 eyes of blue, softly saying, I need you. Let me see her standing there, and honest mister, I'm a millionaire. I don't care for any fine attire Vanderbilt might admire. No, no, not me. All I care about is love. Good morning, ladies.
Not guilty.
You tell him, sweetheart.
Помогите мне, пожалуйста.
That's what he's here for.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Miss Kelly, do you remember anything at all about that night?
I passed out completely, Miss Sunshine. I can't remember a thing. Only that I didn't do it.
Any idea who did, dear?
No, but my client is offering a substantial reward to anyone with information about this crime.
How much is the reward, Miss Kelly?
I don't know. How much?
I'll work it out after the trial. After no more questions, Miss Kelly and I have a lot of work to do.
What's all this about a reward?
Awfully dumb reporters. They'll write it up wrong and deny the whole thing later on. Thank you.
One more question, please. All he cares about is love.
Mrs. Flynn, I'm Roxie Hart.
Who?
Mama talked to you about me.
Oh, yeah, right, the cute one.
Oh, well, I was hoping that you might represent me.
You got $5,000?
Gee, that's a lot of money. Mama didn't say anything about $5,000.
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Flynn. Not very good at this sort of thing, but maybe we could make some sort of arrangement between us. You know, I could be an awfully good sport.
Good, you got that out of your system. Now listen, you mean just one thing to me. You call me when you got $5,000.
All he cares about is love.
Show me long raven hair flowing down about to there. When I see her running free, keep your money, that's enough for me. I don't care for driving Packard cars or smoking long buck cigars. No, not me. All I care about is doing a guy in who's picking on you, twisting the wrist that's turning the screw. All I care about is
Oh, he'll see you now.
Well, hello, Andy.
Amos. My name is Amos.
That's right. Take a seat. You know, you're a remarkable man.
Huh?
Your wife 2 times you, plugs the guy, and then tries to pin it on you. Most men would let a dame like that swing, but no, you're sticking by her. Makes you a hero in my eyes.
That's right. I'm a hero.
Did you bring the money?
I didn't do as well as I hoped, but I will, Mr. Flynn. I will.
Oh, this is only 1,000.
Plus, there's 300 I borrowed from the guys down at the garage, and then there's 700 from the building and loan fund.
2,000.
And that's all I got so far. But I'll give you $20 off my salary every week. I'll give you notes with interest, double, triple, till every cent is paid. I promise.
When you came to me yesterday, I didn't ask if she was guilty. I didn't ask if she was innocent. I didn't ask if she was a drunk or a dope fiend. No. All I said was, do you have $5,000? You said yes, but you don't have $5,000. So I figure you're a dirty liar, and I don't waste my time with dirty liars.
Look, I'm real sorry, Mr. Flynn.
On the other hand, your devotion to your wife is really very, very touching. I took your wife's case, and I'll keep it. Because I play square. Now look, Hart, I don't like to blow my own horn, but believe me, if Jesus Christ had lived in Chicago today and if he had $5,000 and he'd come to me, things would have turned out differently. All right, this is what we're gonna do. By the end of the week, I'm gonna have Roxie's name in the front page of every newspaper in town. Sweetest little jazz killer ever to hit Chicago. That's the angle I'm after. You make an announcement, we're gonna have an auction. Tell them we gotta raise some money for her defense. They'll buy everything she's ever touched. Everything. Your shoes, your dresses, your perfume, your underwear.
Victrola records. Like the one I was playing when I shot the bastard.
I didn't hear that.
Not that I didn't have grounds, mind you. Hey, what are they?
That's for when we go to trial. Look, nobody's gonna care a lick what your defense is unless they care about you. So the first thing we gotta do is work up some sympathy from the press. And not all pushovers like Mary Sunshine. But there's one thing that they can never resist, and that is a reformed sinner. All right, so tell me, what was your favorite subject in school?
Oh, that was a real dumb.
Oh, come on, it must have been something you were really good at.
Oh, I got high marks on courtesy and hygiene.
Perfect. You wanted to be a nun.
A nun?
Where were you born?
On a chicken farm outside of Lubbock.
Beautiful southern home filled with every luxury and refinement. Where are your parents now?
Probably on the front porch in their rocking chairs.
Parents dead. Family fortune swept away. You were educated at the Sacred Heart. Then you fell into a runaway marriage, left you miserable, alone, unhappy. And of course, you got all swept up in the mad whirl of the city. Jazz, cabarets, liquor. You were drawn like a moth to the flame.
Oh, no.
And now the mad whirl has ceased, and you are a butterfly, crushed on the wheel.
So which is it? Is it the moth or the butterfly?
You have sinned, and you are sorry.
God, that's beautiful.
Cut out God. Stay where you're better acquainted. Kid, when I'm through with you, not only will you be acquitted, every man in that jury will want to take you home to meet his mother.
I was born on a beautiful southern convent.
What?
Oh, holy shit! Oh, I'm never gonna get this straight.
Pipe down to swearing. Look, from here on in, you say nothing rougher than oh dear, and I'll try again.
I was born on...
Come on.
I thought I'd get all teary-eyed, then ask to borrow your handkerchief. Then I thought I'd take a peek at the jury like this. Flash him a bit of thigh, huh? What do you think?
Sounds great.
Okay, don't you want to hear the rest?
Tomorrow, kiddo. You're at the top of my list. Well.
Sorry to be late, Mr. Flynn.
Uh-huh.
I hope you weren't too bored.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, Pollyanna. I heard your press conference is tomorrow.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Well, you wanted my advice, right? Well, here it is. Don't forget, Billy Flynn's #1 client is Billy Flynn.
Meaning what?
Meaning, don't let him hog the spotlight. You're the one they pay to see.
Now remember, we can only sell him one idea at a time.
Yeah, I can still see him coming at me with that awful look in his eyes. And we both reached for the gun.
That's right. You both reach for the gun. Ready?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, the sunshine. My client has just entered a plea of not guilty. We look forward to a trial at the earliest possible date. Now, are there any questions? The sunshine.
As you know, my paper is dry. Do you have any advice for young girls seeking to avoid a life of jazz and drink?
Absolutely, yes. Mrs. Hart feels that it was the tragic combination of liquor and jazz which led to her downfall. Next question, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say how flattered I am that y'all came to see me.
Yes, Mrs. Hart is very pleased.
You see, I was a moth, crushed on the wheel. You know, a butterfly drawn to the... I bet you want to know why I shot the bastard.
Shut up, dummy.
Mr. Billy Flynn in the press conference rag. Notice how his mouth never moves. Almost.
Where'd you come from?
Mississippi.
And your parents?
Very wealthy.
Where are they now?
6 feet under.
But she was granted one more start.
The convent of the Sacred Heart.
When'd you get here?
1920.
How old were you?
Don't remember.
Then what happened?
I met Amos and he stole my heart away. Convinced me to elope one day.
Oh, you poor dear, I can't believe what you've been through. A convent girl, a runaway marriage. Now tell us, Roxie, who's Fred Casley?
My ex-boyfriend.
Why'd you shoot him?
I was leaving.
Was he angry?
Like a madman. Still I said, Fred, move along.
She knew that she was doing wrong.
Then describe it.
He came toward me.
With the pistol.
From my bureau.
Did you fight him?
Like a tiger.
He had strength and she had none.
And yet we both reached for the gun. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, we both, oh yes, we both, oh yes, we both reached for the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, we both reached for the gun, for the gun.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both, oh yes, they both, oh yes, they both reached for the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, they both reached for the gun, for the gun.
Understandable, understandable. Yes, it's perfectly understandable. Comprehensible, comprehensible. Not a bit reprehensible. It's so defensible.
How you feeling?
Very frightened.
Are you sorry? Are you kidding?
What's your statement?
All I'd say is, though my choo-choo jumped the track, I'd give my life to bring him back. Stay away from jazz and liquor and the men who play for fun. That's the thought that came upon me when we both reached for the gun.
Understandable, understandable.
Yes, it's perfectly understandable. Comprehensible, comprehensible. Not a bit reprehensible. It's so defensible.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both reached for.
Let me hear it.
The gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, they both reached for the gun, for the gun.
A little louder.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both reached
Oh
for
yeah.
the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, they both reached for the gun, for
Now you got it.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both reached for the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, they both reached for the gun, for the gun. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both reached for the gun, 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 the gun.
Both reached for the gun.
Move over, Al Capone. The Windy City has taken a new criminal to its heart. The name on everybody's lips is Roxie Hart, the sweetest little lady ever accused of murder in Chicago. Women want to look like her. Fellas want to go out with her. Some little girls even want to take her home. Don't get any ideas, little lady. On the other side of town, the assistant DA promises the game little sharpshooter will swing before the year is up.
swing before the year is up.
Who knows? If he lives up to his word, Assistant DA Harrison might become Governor Harrison someday. Back at the scene of the crime, everybody wants a little piece of Roxie Hart. This jar of cold cream sent her husband back $20. Maybe this pretty little lady will get some of that famous Roxie style. It seems everybody these days is rooting for Roxie Hart.
Take those wilted flowers over to the orphanage and make sure they know who sent them. So, kiddo, given any thought to what you want to do after Billy gets you off?
Yeah, I think I'd like to go on the stage.
Yeah, I figured as much. I already called the Morris office.
Really? How much is that gonna cost me?
Well, standard deal. 10% of all your takings.
Yeah, well, we'll see, Mama. Besides, I don't even have an act yet.
Well, killing Fred Casley was your act. I mean, that's all those stiffs in the audience want, to say they saw somebody famous.
It's a freak act. And besides, I'm better than that.
Well, of course you are, Cupcake. I mean, you can be as big as Sophie Tucker.
You really think so?
Bigger than Cantor and Jolson combined.
You know, I always wanted to have my name in all the papers. You know, before I met Amos, I used to date this well-to-do, ugly bootlegger. He used to like to take me out and show me off. Ugly guys like to do that. Once it said in the paper, Gangland's Al Capelli seen a Shea Vito with cute blonde Corrine. That was me. I clicked it and I saved it. You know, all my life, I wanted to have my own act. But no. It's always no. They always turn me down. One big world full of no. And then Amos came along. Safe, sweet Amos, who never says no. Oh, look at that. I've never done this before. But you know, it is such a special night, and you are such a great audience. And I really feel like I can talk to you, you know? So forget what you've read in the papers, and forget what you've heard on the radio, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Not that the truth really matters, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. In the bed department, Amos was 0. I mean, when he made love to me, it was like he was fixing a carburetor or something. I love you, honey, I love you. Anyway, I started fooling around. And then I started screwing around, which is fooling around without dinner. Then I met Fred Casley, who said that he could get me into vaudeville. But that didn't quite work out like I planned. I guess it didn't really work out too great for Fred either. So I gave up on the whole vaudeville idea, because you can't figure after all those years, opportunities just passed you by. But it ain't. No, but it ain't. And now, if this flame guy gets involved, with all this publicity, I got me a world full of yes! The name on everybody's lips is gonna be Roxie. The lady raking in the chips is gonna be Roxie. I'm gonna be a celebrity, that means somebody everyone knows. They're gonna recognize my eyes, my hair, my teeth, my boobs, my nose. From just some dumb mechanic's wife, I'm gonna be Roxie, who says that murder's not an art. Think of those autograph
Roxie. And I'll appear in a lavalier that goes all the way down to my waist. Here a ring, there a ring, everywhere a ring-a-ling. But always in the best of taste. I'm a star. And the audience loves me. And I love them. And they love me for loving them. And I love them for loving me. And we love each other. And that's because none of us got enough love in our childhoods. And that's showbiz. Kid.
She's given up her humdrum life.
I'm gonna be singing.
Roxie, she made a scandal and a star.
And Sophie Tucker, shit I know, to see her name get filled below. Roxie Hart.
Roxie.
I just can't take it anymore. I can't go anywhere without hearing about that dumb tomato. Oh, no, Mama, not you too.
Got some bad news, kid. The tour's been canceled.
What?
Your name's been out of the papers too long. All you read about today is that Hart kid. She's hot.
And, what am I supposed to do, huh? Suck up to her like everybody else?
It couldn't hurt.
Over my dead body. Mind if I join you?
Lights out, 10 minutes.
Smoke? Look what some Johnny sent me. Triple cream caramels all the way from San Francisco.
Oh, I'm watching my figure. You know, the trial.
Hey, great mention of you on the trip today, huh?
You know, there have been so many, I just can't keep track.
Hey, did I ever tell you you are exactly the same size as my sister? I mean, you fit into her costumes perfectly.
Really?
Yeah, and I was thinking, you know, with all the publicity that's piled up between us and when Billy gets us off, well, we'd be a natural to do an act together.
You think so, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Velma Kelly in an act of desperation.
My sister and I had an act that couldn't flop. My sister and I were headed straight for the top. My sister and I earned a week at least. Oh, yeah. But my sister is now, unfortunately, deceased. I know it's sad, of course, but a fact is still a fact. And now all that remains is the remains of a perfect double act. Watch this. Now you have to imagine it with two people. It's swell with two people. First I'd, then she, then we'd. But I can't do it alone. Then she'd, then I'd, then we'd. But I can't do it alone. She'd say, what's your sister like? I'd say, man. She'd say, you're the cat's meow. Then we'd wow the crowd again when she'd go. I'd go. We'd go. Then those ding-dong daddies started to roar with whistle stomped, stamped on the floor, yelling, screaming, begging for more. We'd say, okay, fellas, keep your socks up, 'cause you ain't seen nothing yet. So what do you think? Come on, you can say. I know you're right. The first part, shit. But the second part. The second part is really nifty. Okay. She'd go. I'd go. Okay, boys, we're going home. But before we go, here's a few more parting shots. And this we did in perfect unison. Now you see me going through it. You may think there's nothing to it, but I simply cannot do
So, where was the part where you blew her brains out?
Okay, Roxy, I'll level with you.
Oh, no. Don't bother. You think you're fooling me? You're all washed up, and it's me they want now, and I'm a big star. Single. Oh, I almost forgot. You were in the paper today, too. In the back, with the obituaries. Thelma Kelly's trial has been postponed indefinitely. 7 words. Wow. Oh! And here's a little piece of advice. Direct from me to you. Lay out the caramels.
And now for all you Chicago stay-up-laters, you night owls who only come alive after dark, we dedicate this tune, Chicago After Midnight.
Yeah, but this all took place in Lakeshore Drive. Incredible. Incredible. All right, yeah, thanks, Tom. God, yeah, they just arrested this woman for triple homicide.
Really?
Yeah, get this. She's an heiress. Yeah, no, the family's in pineapples, grapefruit, some kind of fruit. So, lady had this dame, Kitty, what's her name, something. She's playing house on the north side in an apartment with a guy named Harry. Yeah, what Harry does for a living, no one's quite sure, but it doesn't really matter because she's footing all the bills. Anyhow, Kitty comes home tonight. Harry's already in bed, which is par for the course for Harry. She goes to change. When she returns, she notices something rather odd. Extremely odd. Kitty disappears for a second, cool as a cucumber. When she returns, she gently wakes up Harry. Harry says, "What? I'm alone." She said, "Alone? Well, you said you got 2 other women in bed with you." So get this, he says, "Come on, Tom. You gonna believe what you see or what I tell you?"
Good night, folks.
Questions to a counsel.
You're not my counsel. money back.
It's not your money. It's your mother's money.
Are you sorry, dear?
Sure, I'm sorry. Sorry I got caught.
Oh, hey, Miss Sunshine.
Not now, Roxy.
I got a letter from a guy. He says that he's going on a hunger strike until I'm free.
That's nice.
Miss Baxter! Miss Baxter, did you know these two ladies personally?
Did I know these two ladies personally? Was that your question?
Yeah, that's my question.
She's very high-spirited, isn't she?
Miss Baxter. Oh, hey, Mr. Flynn. Mr. Flynn.
Yeah, hi, Trixie.
It's Roxy.
Yeah, sure. It's just kidding.
Hey, did you get my trial date yet?
Listen, kid.
Yeah, at the top of your list, right?
What a helly, huh? Socialite, too. Her mother owns all the pineapples in Hawaii.
What the hell do I care about pineapples?
Oh, all right,
Listen,
all right.
Hey,
We'll answer all of your questions, and afterwards, I'll be happy to give the interview myself.
Billy!
How's it feel, kid? J. Edgar Hoover couldn't find your name in the papers.
Mr. Flynn?
Someone open this door immediately.
Oh, my God. Roxy! What is it to you?
No, don't worry about me. Oh, I only hope the fall didn't hurt the baby.
Baby?
Shit.
When did this happen, darling?
Will, Doc, is she or isn't she?
She is.
Would you swear to that statement in court?
Yes.
Good. Button your fly.
I would just like to say that, well, my own life doesn't matter now, just that of my unborn child.
Oh, dear, to have your baby born in jail. My readers won't stand for
I
it.
can assure you that won't happen. She'll come to trial at the earliest possible moment. You can quote me on that.
Well, I think it's sweet. First time we ever had one of our girls knocked up.
Roxy! Hey, Roxy! Roxy! Roxy, I just heard the good news! I'm the father! I'm the father!
Hey, Roxy, who's the father?
That question is completely out of line. How dare you insult this brave young woman? That's enough. Grab it.
Roxy! Roxy, honey! It's me, Daddy! Daddy! Roxy, I came as soon as I could! Rox! If someone stood up in a crowd and raised his voice up way out loud and waved his arm and shook his leg, you'd notice him. If someone in the movie show yelled, "Fire!" in the second row, this whole place is a powder keg, you'd notice him. And even without clucking like a hen, everyone gets noticed now and then. Unless, of course, that personage should be invisible, inconsequential. Me. Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane, should I bend my name, Mr. Cellophane, 'cause you can look right through me, walk right by me, and never know I'm there. I tell ya, Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane, should I bend my name, Mr. Cellophane, 'cause you can look right through me, walk right by me, and never know I'm there.
Oh, I didn't see her. Sit down. Sit down. Look, Andy, I'm afraid I gotta hit you hard. I can only hope that she'll be big about it.
Amos. My name is Amos.
Who said it wasn't? Oh, it was the kid. The kid's name I was thinking about, yeah. You know when she's due? September. Oh, but pass out those cigars anyway. I don't want you to give a damn when people...
People what?
Laugh.
Laugh? Why would they laugh?
Because they can count. Can you count? September. Here's a copy of Roxie's first statement from the DA's office. It says she hadn't copulated with you for 4 months prior to the incident.
Well, she would know. Yeah, I guess we hadn't done no copulating since... Wait a minute. That don't figure out right. I couldn't be the father.
Well, forget about that now. My client needs your support.
You mean she needs a meal ticket? That's all I ever been, but this time she's gone too far.
What are you gonna do? Divorce her?
You're damn right! I'll divorce her! She probably won't even notice.
Yeah. Yeah, put him through.
A human being's made of more than air. With all that bulk, you're bound to see him there. Unless that human being next to you is unimpressive, undistinguished, you know who.
You still here, Andy?
Yeah, I'm still here. I think. Should I bend my name, Mr. Cellophane, 'cause you can look right through me, walk right by me, and never know I'm there. I tell you, Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane, should I bend my name, Mr. Cellophane, 'cause you can look right through me, walk right by me, and never know I'm there. Never even know I'm there. Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
I've been waiting here for 10 minutes. Don't do that again.
This dress makes me look like a Woolworth's lampshade. I'm not wearing this.
You're wearing it because I tell you to wear it.
I'm not wearing this dress.
And when Andy's on the stand, I want you to be knitting.
Knitting? Oh, for Christ's sake.
A baby garment.
I don't know how to knit.
Then learn.
That is no way to win a jury's sympathy.
Oh, you don't need advice anymore.
Look it here, Mr. Mouthpiece. It seems to me that I am the one who's coming up with the good ideas. I'm sick of everybody telling me what to do, and you treat me like dirt. You know that? You treat me like I'm some dumb, common criminal.
But you are some dumb, common criminal.
Well, it's better than being a greasy Mick lawyer.
Who happens to be saving your ass.
Who's out for all he can steal.
Maybe you'd like to appear in court without me.
Well, maybe I could. Have you read the morning papers? They love me.
Rise up. They love you a lot more if you were hanged. You know why? Because they sell more papers.
You're fired.
Quit.
Any lawyer in this town would die to have my case.
You are a phony celebrity. You're a flash in the pan. In a couple of weeks, no one's going to give a shit about you. That's Chicago.
What happened? It's the honey egg. She lost her last appeal.
So what's that mean?
Well, that means that next week, she's gonna...
This is Mary Sunshine coming to you from the Cook County Jail, where history will be made today. Catalin Holinsky will become the first woman in the state of Illinois to be executed. And so, ladies and gentlemen...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your pleasure and your entertainment, we proudly present Catalin Holinsky and her famous Hungarian disappearing act.
You know, it's really not that bad.
You clear about everything we agreed on?
Yep. I've been up all night rehearsing.
What do you do when Harrison starts coming after you?
I sit still and look straight ahead, never at the jury.
And?
And I look modest.
And?
And?
And say nothing. That was the deal, right?
Right.
Right. You ask me back, I do all the talking this time.
Absolutely, Billy. Whatever you say.
Mr. Flynn, his honor's here.
Thank you.
You ready?
Billy,
Hmm?
I'm scared.
Don't be. I've been around a long time. Believe me, you got nothing to worry about. It's all a circus. A three-ring circus. These trials, the whole world, it's all show business. But kid, you're working with a star.
Give 'em the old razzle-dazzle, razzle-dazzle 'em. Give 'em an act with lots of flashing, and the reaction will be passionate. Give 'em the old hocus-pocus, bead and feather 'em. How can they see with sequins in their eyes? What if your hinges all are rusting? What if, in fact, you're just disgusting? Razzle-dazzle them, and they'll never catch wise. Give 'em the old razzle-dazzle, razzle-dazzle them. Give 'em a show that's so splendiferous, row after row will grow vociferous. Give 'em the old flim-flam-flummox, fool and fracture 'em. How can they hear the truth above the roar? Row 'em a fake and off a nagel, they'll never know you're just Bago. Razzle dazzle them, and they'll beg you for more.
I object. Sustained.
Your Honor, I haven't even asked the question yet.
Give 'em the old double whammy, days and dizzy 'em. Back since the days of old Methuselah, everyone loves the big bamboozler. Give 'em the old three-ring circus, stun and stagger 'em. When you're in trouble, go into your dance. Though you are stiffer than a girder, they'll let you get away with murder. Razzle-dazzle them, and you got a romance. Hello, Amos.
Amos? That's right, Mr. Flynn. Amos.
Amos? When did you file suit for divorce?
A month ago.
Was there any reason for filing at this particular time?
Well, I'll say. The newspaper said Roxie was expecting a little stranger.
Well, that's hardly grounds for divorce, is it?
A little too much of a stranger.
Oh, by that you mean you doubted the paternity of the child?
Well, sure.
Tell me something, Amos. You share a bed with your wife?
Yes, sir, every night.
You expect this jury to believe that you slept next to this woman every night without exercising your rights as a husband?
Well, I could have if I wanted to.
Oh, but you didn't.
No, I did.
Did what?
Want to.
But you didn't.
Didn't what?
What you wanted.
Wait a minute, I'm getting confused here.
Hey, tell me, Hart, you tell me. Did you ever question Roxie herself? Did you even bother to ask her if you were the father of her child?
No, sir.
No. What? If you became convinced that you were wrong, you'd be man enough to admit it, wouldn't you? You'd even be willing to take her back if Roxie swore that you were the father of her child, which she does.
She does?
She does! She does! No more questions! You can step down now. Well done, Andy.
No, Roxie, I'm so sorry.
First-rate sorcerer you are. Long as you keep them way off balance, how can they spot you got no talents? Razzle-dazzle them. Razzle-dazzle them. Razzle-dazzle them.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Roxie Hart finally takes the stand in her own defense.
And I'll make you a
Proceed, Mr. Flynn.
Roxie, I have here a statement in which you admit to having illicit relations with the deceased Fred Casley. Is this statement true or false?
I'm afraid that's true.
You're an honest girl, Roxie. When did you first meet Fred Casley?
When he sold Amos and me our furniture.
Your personal relationship with him? You tell the jury when that began?
When I permitted him to escort me home one night. I don't think I would have gone with him if Mr. Hart and me hadn't quarreled that very morning.
Quarrel?
Yes, sir.
Well, I suppose it was his fault.
Oh, no, sir. It was my fault. I suppose I just couldn't stop pestering him.
Pestering him? About what?
I didn't like him working those long hours at the garage. I wanted him home with me to darn his socks and iron his shirts. I wanted a real home and a child.
So you drifted into this illicit relationship because you were unhappy at home.
Yes, I was most unhappy.
Roxie Hart! The state has accused you of the murder of Fred Casley. Are you guilty or not guilty?
I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. I killed him. I did, but I'm not a criminal. I'm not a criminal.
Yeah.
I'm not a criminal.
Roxie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you recall the night of January 14th?
Uh-huh.
Could you tell the jury, in your own words, the happenings of that night?
Well, when Fred came over, I told him my good news.
And what was that?
That me and Amos were gonna have a baby. And then it was all over between us.
What happened then?
Well, then, then...
Did he threaten you, Roxie?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel's leading the witness. Sustained.
What did Casley say when you told him the news?
I'll kill you before I see you have another man's child.
Could you tell the audience, the jury, what happened next?
Well, in his passion, he tore off my robe and he threw me on the bed. And Mr. Hart's pistol was lying there between us.
And then?
And then we both reached for the gun, but I got it first. And then he came toward me with this funny look in his eyes. He was angry and wild.
Wild?
Wild.
And did you think he meant to kill you?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it was his life or yours?
And not just mine. I closed my eyes and I shot.
In defense of your life.
To save my husband's innocent unborn child.
Order!
What a bullseye, huh?
Order in this court, Roxie! That's why clear this court if
There's
necessary.
pandemonium here in the courtroom.
Order!
Mrs. Hart's behavior throughout this ordeal has been truly extraordinary.
Yeah, I bet it has.
Opening her eyes, she fans herself with her attorney's handkerchief.
Handkerchief?
Poor child has had no relief. She looks around now, bewildered, seeming to want something. Oh, it's a glass of water.
Oh, Mama, that was my bit. I told Billy I was going to do that at my trial.
But now her eyes flutter wildly, and she... Mrs. Hart has fainted again. She slumps over, her chiffon dress up around her knees, revealing a glimpse of a blue garter with a rhinestone buckle.
Oh, Mama, she stole my garter.
She stole my daughter! My radio? God. First the slob steals my publicity, then she steals my lawyer, my trial date, now she stole my goddamn garter.
Well, what do you expect? I mean, these days you get a little success, and it's good riddance to the people who put you there.
There ain't no justice in the world, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nerds to that. You think I got you up here just so you can listen to my radio? People write some pretty interesting things when they think no one's looking.
Oh, State calls a rebuttal witness. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
And then some.
Have a seat. Would you state your name for the record, please?
Val McKelly.
Miss Kelly, will you please tell the court if the object I am holding is the one you happened to come upon in the defendant's jail cell?
Yes, it is.
I submit this as Exhibit X, Roxie Hart's diary.
I object! My client has never kept a diary. And even if she did, this would be invasion of privacy and violation of the Fourth Amendment and illegal search without a warrant.
Yeah, and she broke the lock.
Order! Order! Well, that settles that. I'll allow it.
What's a big deal?
Proceed,
It's
Mr.
just a
Harrison.
bunch of doodlings.
If you would read for us, please, Miss Kelly.
I haven't worked in a while. What a laugh. Plug in Fred Casley. The big baboon had it coming. I'm just sorry I only got to kill him once.
I never wrote that. You. Hey, she made that.
Order!
She made that up. She made that up.
Order! Please, Mr. Flynn, get control of your client.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, won't happen again. Sit down. Shut. That's only making it worse.
I have no more questions.
Your witness, Mr. Flynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, a tap dance.
Tell me, Miss Kelly, did you make a deal with Mr. Harrison? Maybe to drop all charges against you in exchange for testifying here today?
Well, sure. I'm not a complete idiot.
Good, good. Yeah, since you gave such an impressive performance for Mr. Harrison, maybe you do me the same honor.
I'd be delighted.
Thank you.
Fred Casley assured me he'd get me an audition down at the Onyx. And then he reneged on his pledge, and that was my motive for attacking him.
Pretty fancy way of saying he was a big fat liar who welched on a deal, so I shot him. Amos accused me of having an affair, so I told him that the charge was erroneous.
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Flynn is twisting this evidence to draw conclusions that are specious and,
Erroneous?
Exactly.
Order! Order! Miss Kelly, do you know the meaning of the word perjury?
Yes, I do.
You also know that it's a crime?
Yes.
I mean, for example, if it turns out that you knew that this diary was a fake, I'd hate to think of you rotting away in prison for the next 10 years, especially since you just won your freedom.
Look, all I know is what I was told.
Oh, so, all right, so you didn't find this diary in Roxie's cell?
No. Mama, Miss Morton, gave it to me. She said someone had sent it to her.
Someone. Any idea who this mysterious benefactor might be?
No, she didn't know.
All right, let's see if we can work this out. It's someone who writes about reneging on pledges and erroneous charges. Call me crazy. Doesn't that sound like a lawyer to you? A lawyer. A lawyer who obviously had a sample of my client's handwriting. Mr. Harrison, didn't you ask Roxie to write out a confession for you?
Yes, but you're not suggesting that I tamper with evidence, are you?
No. Don't be ridiculous. No, that's thoroughly and utterly absurd. But now that you mention it...
Your Honor, this is outrageous.
It's outrageous, I know, outrageous. Even suggest that the prosecutor would make a thieves' bargain with a notorious Velma Kelly and then fabricate the very evidence and set her free.
Your Honor,
just so
Velma
you can
Kelly's
win
not
another
a crime
case
here.
and move one step closer to the governor's
Why,
it's simply beyond all imagination.
I'll hold you in contempt.
No, it is not even conceivable. But if it were, wouldn't it be time to say, come clean, Mr. Harrison, come clean, even in Chicago. This kind of corruption cannot stand, will not stand.
That's enough, Mr. Flynn.
I agree, Your Honor. It is enough. The defense rests.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mary Sunshine reporting live from the Cook County Courthouse. The city of Chicago has come to a complete standstill as the trial of the century finally draws to a close. Mrs. Hart sits quietly at the defense table, hands folded, wondering what fate has in store for her. And now a hush falls over the courtroom as the 12 men of the jury file slowly back to their seats.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
The jury has reached a verdict.
Will the defendant please rise?
What is your verdict?
We, the jury, find the defendant
Roxie Hart. Hey, what happened? Billy, what the hell happened?
The Chicago kid. You can't beat fresh blood on the walls.
Not my publicity, Billy. My name in the papers. I was counting on that.
Your gratitude is overwhelming, kid. I just saved your life.
Yeah, and you got $5,000, and what do I get? I get nothing?
5? Actually, it's 10 once I collect from Velma.
I get nothing?
Oh, don't forget your blessed diary. Hope you don't mind. I added a few erroneous phrases in there. Sorry, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't take a chance. Never lost a case. You're a free woman. Roxie Hart. And God save Illinois.
Roxie.
What do you want?
I want you to come home. You said you still wanted to. And the baby?
Baby? What baby? Oh, Jesus. What do you take me for? There ain't no baby.
There ain't no baby?
They didn't even want my picture. I can't understand that. Why didn't they even want my picture?
It's good, isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it nowadays?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Roxie Hart says good night.
There's men everywhere, jazz everywhere, booze everywhere, life everywhere, joy everywhere nowadays. You can like the life you're living. You can live the life you like. You can even marry Harry, but mess around with Ike, and that's good. Isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays. You can like the life you're living. You can live the life you like.
Didn't she kill a guy a while back?
Yeah, who can keep him straight anymore?
But mess around with Ike, and that's good. Isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell?
That's great.
Isn't...
We'll be in touch.
You know, I'm not quite finished yet. I have. Wait, one more. I could, just a second, I'm not. God damn it! Thank you!
Here's the music, huh?
Thanks.
You know, you're really pretty good.
Yeah, that and a dime. What are you doing here?
I heard you've been, making the rounds.
Yeah, well, if it was up to you, I'd be swinging by now.
Come on, I always knew Billy'd get you off.
Oh.
You should learn how to put things behind you.
Oh, thank you. I'll put that at the top of my list right after finding a job and an apartment with a John.
Just shut up and listen to me.
You really are something. Coming in here like some goddamn queen bee, all full of advice for a poor slob like me. Well, let me tell you something, Miss Velma Kelly. I got a new life now, and one of the best things about it is it don't include you.
Fine, I just thought we could help each other out.
Well, you thought wrong, didn't you?
Now, look, listen to me. Look, I talked to this guy downtown. He said one jazz killer is nothing these days, but two. We can make a couple of hundred a week. Think about it, Roxie. Our face is back in the papers, our names on their marquee. Velma Kelly and
Roxie Hart.
Shouldn't it be alphabetical?
That could work.
Couple hundred. Maybe we could ask for thou.
We're worth it.
Forget it. It'll never work.
Why not?
Because I hate you.
There's only one business in the world where that's no problem at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Theater is proud to announce a first. The first time anywhere there's been an act of this nature. Not only one little lady, but two. You've read about them in the papers, and now here they are, Chicago's own killer dillers, those scintillating sinners, Roxie Hart and Val McKelly.
You can like the life you're living. You can live the life you like. You can even marry Harry, but mess around with Ike. And that's good, isn't it grand? Isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays. In 50 years or so, it's gonna change, you know. But oh, it's heaven. Nowadays.
Okay, you babes of jazz, let's pick up the pace. Let's make the parties longer, let's make the skirts shorter. Let's all go to hell in a fast car and keep it hot. Five, six, seven, eight.
I run so fast, a shotgun blast can't hurt me not one bit.
I'm on my toes, 'cause heaven knows a moving target's hard to hit. So as we play in life's ballet, we're not the dying swan. We just move on. We move on. Just when it seems we're out of dreams and things have got us down,
We don't despair, we don't go there. We hang our bonnets out of town.
so there's no doubt we're well cut out to run life's marathon. We just move on. We just move on. So fleet of foot, we can't stay put. We just move on. Yes, we move
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car. I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz. Find a flask, we're playing fast and loose. And all that jazz, right up here is where I store the juice. And all that jazz, come on, babe, we're gonna brush the sky. I bet you lucky Lindy never flew so high. 'Cause in the stratosphere, how could he lend an ear to all that jazz? Oh, you're gonna see your Sheba shimmy shake and all that jazz. Oh, she's gonna shimmy till her garters break and all that jazz. Sure, where to Parker Gurnal? Oh, her mother little curdle. If she hear her baby squeal for all that jazz. Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town and all that jazz? I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down and all that jazz. Start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that